Hello there.
If you're watching this video and you were born between 1995 to 2012, congrats. You are Gen Z, known for being lazy, phone-addicted, trend-starting, and overly dramatic about mental health according to older generations. Don't feel sad, though. Their gen isn't as good as they think, as they have had their fair share of cringe. Nevertheless, I'm constantly reminded of the generation gap when I laugh at a meme or something on my phone, and my mom asks, "What's so funny?" I end up saying, "You wouldn't get it," or showing her my phone and looking like a complete idiot. So why is Gen Z humor so complicated? Science has tried to explain this confusing snowball we call Gen Z humor. Let me explain. Gen Z humor is grouped into irony, humor as a coping mechanism, also known as dark humor, memes, absurdity, and insider joke phenomenon. This is where it gets confusing. Irony is divided into sarcasm, meta-irony, and post-irony. Sarcasm is the easiest to identify and is used by everyone. Post-irony, in a nutshell, is returning to sincerity from sarcasm. It's basically an Uno reverse card that makes your sarcastic statement genuine. For example, if your friend who makes crazy jokes sarcastically like, "Ah, yes, anybody who doesn't subscribe should be jailed," starts holding sincere opinions that are crazy in nature, his jokes would no longer be perceived sarcastically but seriously. In this way, you are misled through a layer of irony when, in reality, he was being sincere the whole time. But all this can't be compared to meta-irony, which is when different forms of irony get layered on top of each other. The line between sincerity and irony becomes blurred, making it hard to tell if the speaker is serious or sarcastic. Here's a simple example. Person A makes a cheesy pun. "I'm reading a book on anti-gravity. It's impossible to put down." Person B laughs and says, "What? It's not like I found it funny or anything like that." That, my friends, is meta-irony. Since person B laughed genuinely instead of sarcastically, it hides his true intent. This ironic and contradictory response leaves it unclear who person B is mocking. His own reaction, person A, the pun, or nothing at all. Due to multiple layers of irony, it becomes impossible to tell. We have all been scrolling the internet and come across a meme that talks about a serious issue. But since it has a joke or two, we all squeal like little girls. That is humor as a coping mechanism, also known as dark humor. Jokes about mental health, climate change, or dad going to buy milk, humor has always been a way to deal with stress. And this isn't different for Gen Z. We joke about misfortune like any conversation mainly because of the sheer amount of doomsday messages we see every day, and it is relieving to find laughter in the midst of a burning world. I think we all know what a meme is. If you don't, you probably need to be checked. So I feel there isn't any point in explaining them, right? But for the people who don't know what memes are, they're basically the language and currency of the internet. Memes are an irreplaceable part of Gen Z humor that has successfully infiltrated every corner of the internet, further blurring the line between humor and reality. Absurdity is what makes humor Gen Z humor. You can't have one without the other, yin and yang. Of course, not all jokes are quirky, but a level of randomness is what makes a good joke or meme. The more absurd the outcome, the funnier it becomes. We love the absurd and random content more because of the thousands of straightforward jokes and memes out there, making the unpredictable ones 1,000 times funnier, which makes our brains release dopamine, making us feel happy. The pinnacle of Gen Z humor is everyone getting the joke, and you instantly become weird when you ask for an explanation, which has happened to me more times than I can count. I get it. It's hard keeping up with everything these days. And it gets worse when these jokes get recycled and start referencing each other. It becomes one big inside joke you're not part of. Let me just flip this around. I take tips in the form of likes, comments, and subscribes, but it would be great if you didn't do all that.